Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's Steady Eddie here. It's Sunday afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. It's piddling down with rain once again. This is England, but let's keep smiling. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. Hope you have a good day, a good evening, or whatever. Nice to hear from you. Okay, so anyway, it's Sunday, and I've had a bit of a troubled week, to put it bluntly, which is a bit of a troubled week. But I'm not going to burden you with any of that. Let's keep smiling. Anyway, Chaz Brown, nice to hear from you. Dickie B, nice to hear from you, mate. Hope all's well. I do believe in fairies is listening to Chombury Girl by David. I don't know that one. Paul Oatcake. Good evening, Eddie afternoon, Eddie from a dry Stoke. Okay, Brian Street, nice to hear from you. Seamus Doherty, it's like winter here in Ireland. Well, summer in this part of the world. I don't know. You get a nice bit of weather in May or June, and people start saying, "Wow, it's going to be the hottest summer on record." And then the heat wave goes, and they think, "Oh, never mind, bit of rain." Water the grass, water the trees, water the plants. Don't worry, the summer it'll be back. And it comes July and August, we're still waiting for it. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. Know what you mean. David Michael, what's good, Eddie? I don't know. Have you got anything good going? I haven't. Popcorn, good afternoon, Popcorn. Nice to hear from you. Let's see. Gregory Baldovic. What country is this video, Eddie? Well, this is broadcasting from the United Kingdom, and yet if you went out on the streets of many of our cities, you wouldn't bloody think so. David Coleman, Eddie, it's only 8 a.m. here in Toronto. Let me have a damn cup of tea. Good for you. I'm having a Diet Cola. But I had five cups of coffee today. Nice to hear from you, David. Crypto Chris is in the house. Neil Fleet, good evening, Neil. How's it going? Maybe Neil might want to come on our phone in one of these days and tell us all about Gambia, because we want to hear it anyway. So listen, yeah, I couldn't do a Friday night live. So I've had a bit of a trouble week, physical pain. I've had problems with gout and I don't want to burden you with all of that, but it hasn't been very, very pleasant this week, really. It hasn't been very pleasant. My foot is still swollen. I'm getting about a bit more now, but, it's getting old sucks. Anyway, it's really, really kind of all you guys that turn out here. Yogi Bear is here. Let's see. Yogi Bears here. Good afternoon, Ed, and good afternoon, chat. I see we're now members of the Indo-Pacific Trade Club. I'll have to look into that. All I'm seeing in the the newspapers that everyone in the media, they're all bloody perverts. I mean, what's my perversion? Where's the next pervert coming from? They're all perverts, the newsreaders and God knows what else, and former DJs, all these people that we trusted, they're all bloody perverts. You look at the news in Britain, it's like, guess the pervert. Where's he coming from next? We haven't had too many female perverts, have we, in the media? Not really. You've had the newsreader on the BBC, what's his name? There's rumours about other people. Philip Schofield, Jesus Christ. Bottle Baby, nice to hear from you. David Coleman, it looks like winter in the UK, everyone with jackets on. I haven't been outside for the last few days. Honestly, I haven't been outside. I haven't been able to. I've had a bit of physical problems here for the last few days. The Pete, hope you get better at it. Thank you. But Paul Hoskin, I found it really hard this week. Why have you been taking too much Viagra? Nice to hear from you, Paul. Ginger Joe, hi Eddie, mate. Listen to you before I go out for the afternoon and me birthday drink. Cheers. Okay, happy birthday to you, Joe. Hope you have a good day. Englishman in Malta. I was watching your videos yesterday. Hey, Eddie, 42 Celsius on the beach. Wish you were here. Think positive about your troubles. Remember, you're always in the shit. It's just the level that varies. That varies. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's one physical problem after. Listen. Let me tell you something. For the past few days, I've been a little bit funked up. You could say, and all kinds of thoughts have been going through my head. And the main thought that's been going through my head the last few days, seriously, is that all that traveling that I've done in the last 20 odd years, climbing Machu Picchu and yeah, and doing all kinds of things and going through the Amazon and all the temples I've visited and all the boats that I've gone on, across islands and everything. All that traveling I've done in the last 20 years. I'm so glad that I've done it, because I just get the feeling that in the future it's not going to be so easy. I mean, I can walk for miles and miles, but my legs, my feet, my gout is becoming a reoccurring problem, And the last few days, I've hardly been able to walk. It's not been good at all. I'm just glad that I think in future any travel that I do will be a bit less physical. I think it'll be a bit less physical. Anyway, nice to hear from you, Englishman in Malta. And check out his channel. He's got a lovely, lovely channel based in Malta. So well worth a look. Let's see. Nick Ross, get apple cider vinegar in pill form for your gout. Works wonders. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Cheers. Thanks, Nick. Popcorn. Ed, apparently you say the F and C word on TV these days, but on an old episode that I like that, they beat out the word puff. Don't say the word. That's not politically correct. Anyway, you haven't spelled it right. Been watching Al Garrett for Aaron Offman this week too. Absolutely. You haven't even mentioned Love Thy Neighbor, have you? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I get it, Bob. Apparently, you can say the F and C word on TV these days, but on an old episode of like they beat out. Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. It's a crazy bloody world that we live in. All right, we've got something we're going to talk about in a minute. This crazy world that we live in. David Coleman, sorry you're not well, Eddie. It's downhill all the way, mate, isn't it? It's downhill all the way. David Coleman, Eddie, there are mongers in Thailand that are around 85 years old, and you still have lots of years left. Some people age better than others. But the thing is, I mean, if your legs go, and you don't have to be very old. Some people will last longer than others, but if your legs go, then you're knackered, mate. I know guys, some of them who are even younger than I am, who whose legs have gone, maybe because, and I'd say the characteristics of a lot of the guys that I know who have problems with the legs, who maybe in mobility scooters or on crutches or whatever. I know a few guys with the same characteristics. They tend to be big guys who may have been of an athletic build, maybe when they were young. They may have weighed 12 or 13 stone when they were young. But, all the years of boozing and, high living and everything. And then when they get to an older age, they're not 12 or 13 stone. They're more like 18 stone, 17 or 18 stone. And their legs just can't carry that weight. And I know a few guys who used to be big, sturdy guys who now simply can't walk. They simply can't walk. Their legs can't take all that body weight. I mean, I've got like quite big legs. Big legs, but this gout is just a reoccurring problem, and it's not going to go away. Yogi Bear, to everyone that's in the extreme heat in Europe, take care with the heat and wildfires. Jesus, I wish we could have a bit of that here. It's piddling down outside. The UK's crap weather. It's crap here. Why did they get all the heat? Can't we share it out a bit more? Jesus Christ. Paul Harrison, nice to hear from you. Wayne Kerr, looks like EV sales are suffering. All the companies are wealthy have bought them now, but no one else can afford them. I know. I mean, if you watch the Mac Masters channel, he's got a very, very good channel. He's very, very critical of the Porsche that he bought, and he said he'd never have another electric vehicle. Apparently it's been a bit of a disaster. This strange. When I first, passed a guy in an EV, I thought, I can't believe when he was driving. I can't hear anything. I can't hear. It seems very, very strange. It's probably in principle a great idea, but I don't believe the infrastructure is just there for it right now. And I won't be buying one anytime soon. Brian Street, stay positive, mate. If you don't have memories, you haven't lived. Absolutely, absolutely. Whatever happens to me in the old years, I'm just glad that I can look back and have all those great memories. Absolutely. Dickie Bay, that's a definite about travel, Eddie. I'm trying to ram in as much travel as I possibly as possible before I can't do that type of traveling. On and off long tail boats and climbing mountains. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, did you? I made a video about what was it, Koh Larn, and I got a boat there from Pattaya to Koh Larn. And God Almighty, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't have got that boat if I'd have known stepping off that boat onto the stone steps. Jesus Christ! I'm amazed that there aren't more injuries. Paul Hoskin, what's the best temperature for tourists? Plus 40 is too hot. Yeah, I'd say so. 30 is all right. I do believe in fair. Have you been to the doctors about it? Or just self-diagnosed? Do you know something? I went to the doctors a couple of years back because it was becoming a problem every now and again. I thought I've got to do something about this problem. You know. But the doctor at that time, if it wasn't COVID, then they weren't interested. So bollocks to the doctors. Englishman in Malta. My mate from Norway suffered gout in a wheelchair sometimes, but he's taking tablets and never gets it now. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for that. Yeah, David Coleman. Remember, I told you about the grills at the zoo watching videos on YouTube. I mean, David Coleman, mentioned something, and it sounds good, but I have actually tried to. I've actually tried to get some info on this on Google, but I couldn't really get the right info. It would have made a good question. I think what David's saying is that gorillas are acting strange. Is it because people are taking videos on their smartphones of gorillas, and then the gorillas are reacting like towards the gorilla scenes. I'm not quite sure what it is. Perhaps you'd like to tell us, David. I tried to Google all of this, people taking videos, but next you're going to get gorillas playing up to the camera. Flying like they do in a fly in the wall documentary. The piece, focus on the positives in life, Eddie. You'll feel much more positive in life. Uh, I was positively destroyed this week. I know that much. Cheers, anyway. Martin Ryder, Eddie, just come back from Cockermouth, Cumbria. Weather is shite. Need some sun. I know. In Britain, there's only one rule with the weather: you get what you're given, like it or lump it. And then we heard all these stories about extreme heat. Why can't we have a bit of it? Yogi Bear, Ed, be positive. You have years ahead of you. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Sean Harris, hi Ed. What weapons would be your preference in a zombie holocaust? What weapons would be your preference in a zombie holocaust? Something like that. Yeah. How about a Magnum 44, the most powerful handgun in the world that could blow your head clean off? I'd like a big dirty Harry Magnum to shoot those zombies. But let me tell you that I've been watching some really, really good, because I haven't been going anywhere. I haven't been able to go anywhere the last few days. I've been catching up with Netflix, and I watched a movie on Netflix called Army of the Dead, and it really, really, really is one of the best productions of Netflix. I'm not really a big fan of zombie movies, but wow, it's such a spectacular production. And at 2.5 hours, it's well worth a look. If you haven't seen that movie, excellent movie. Well, really, 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 really good stuff. It's a zombie movie, but it's a far better one than what they made before. Let's see. Nice to hear from you, Sean. Yeah, Innocent Malta, just contact him. He recommends. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Yeah, Martin Ryder, love your intro for Eyes of Owen. Oh, the one with the Robert De Niro, Mohi. He's cool. He's cool, Owen. He's cool. He's got a really good channel. You know, this is interesting. Yogi Bear, Ed, I see that WHO made a statement about diet drinks. You need to drink 14 cans per day to have a problem. Now, that's interesting. Well, what's 14 cans? Is it about 33 milliliters in a can? So that's three. So that's two liters that way. You need 6 cans to make 2 liters. 6. I don't drink anywhere near that amount. So yeah, I see something like that as well. Thanks for that. David Coleman, Eddie, I carry my bike up 10 stairs. Now my left shoulder is giving me trouble. I'm 65. Well, I all kinds of bloody aches and pains and all kinds of this kind of stuff. It's just it's never ending, mate. It's never ending. Yeah, King says, who listens to the WHO? Well, I'd rather listen to them rather than listen to the average man in the street. The average man in the street, fills your mind full of all kinds of, misinformation and everything. Anyway, let's just anyway, I'll be back in just a secondo. There you go. I think I've got bloody hay fever. So sunny, rubbish weather, but some of the hay fever comes about. In UK, oh yeah, be careful drinking your Diet Coke now. This just contradicts what Yogi Bear says. Oh yeah, be careful drinking your Diet Coke now. The WHO organization declared and tried to, yeah, but as Yogi said, and I read that one as well. You need to drink 14 cans per day to have a problem. And I don't drink nothing like that. I drink a fair bit. It's not just the Diet Coke. I like the what was that I drink? What is it? The ginger, the diet ginger that I get out of the co-op. I like that one. At least I'm off the alcohol anyway. Nice to hear from you, Ian. King, I bet you're fully jabbed, Eddie. Well, I had 3 of them a couple of years back. Let's see. AB, who's the one in Bataille to watch this day? Well, I like the Eyes of Owen. He does some good videos. Yeah, let's see. Desert Coyote. Atlantis Messer Gustav AR and a revolver in 357 by zombies. Okay. Paul Hoskin, as you get older, it gets harder apart from one little thing. Okay, being smutty again. Martin Ryder, 2 fact, the word freelancer comes from the knight jousting. A knight who did it professionally was called a freelance. That's very informative, but I mean, I wouldn't want to shag anyone who's wearing a suit of armor. Definitely not. Let's see. Dave the Rave, are you off in your travels again in November? I don't know what I'm doing just yet. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, David Philpott. So as they're getting a lot of rain here in Thailand, rolling on September when bike riding season starts. Okay. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Let's get a little bit of see what's happening in the news. See what's happening this week. There's all kinds of things being happening. I've had a bit of a swat of a week personally, but yeah, But look at all the perverts. Oh, it gets a bit tiresome after all these bloody perverts. They're all perverts out there. It makes. Do you not think that when the newsreaders are being exposed for being pervs and TV presenters, and the police every week you're in stories about the busies swapping indecent images with they're all bloody perverts out there. Doesn't it make you think that guys who go to Thailand for a bit of rumpy pumpy seem amazingly normal? People like to slag down guys who go to Thailand, to have a shag with the bar girls. People seem to slag us down, and yet you look at all the perverts, and what we do is normal compared to what them bloody perverts do. Oh, stay away from them perverts. Anyway, what do we got here? Oh my God! Oh, this is repulsive. This is repulsive. This is absolutely repulsive. This is repulsive. So I've got hay fever. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to put this on the screen. So anyway, here's a question for you. Here's a question for you. Okay. This wacky woke world that we live in. Here's a question for you. Okay. And the question is, would you shag that? Would you shag that? Really? Would you really? God almighty, that looks like something out of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. God almighty. Have you seen that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh my God almighty. Abomination of abominations. Miss whatever she was, Miss Universe. Miss Netherlands, Miss Universe. Oh my God! Oh my, that is repulsive. What is the world coming through? Yes, a trans won the Miss Universe contest, and there was a lot of beautiful girls in there, and a bloke with a willy actually won the Miss Universe contest. Oh my God! Almighty! Absolutely bloody! What is this? They're all weirdos. The whole world's gone bonkers. Bretto, how do you watch the Rise of the Foot Soldier and Bonded by? I've seen one, and some of them are pretty good. I have seen some of them. Diet Ginger, okay. Sean, well, get those herbal teas down your neck, okay. Yeah, let's see. Paul Hoskin. I like 50 to 60-year-old bar girls with that, you dirty. That's really perverted, that is. Sean Harris, after Fangarola in Spain on the 7th of August. Is anyone in the chat being there? Oh, God almighty. I'm sure it's going to be nice. I'm sure it's going to be nice there. Good for you. Yeah, Bilbo Kelso says that he would. Bilbo Kelso says that he would shag that. Oh God! Oh, that is. Oh my! I'll tell you what. I'd rather bloody shag that. And that come from Dracula's castle in Romania. I come from Dracula's castle. Oh my, that is what is the world? Come on, what a stupid bloody world. I mean, you've got like, a trans winning Miss Universe. You've got a bloke with a bearded woman winning the Eurovision Song Contest a few years ago. Brian Street. No, but the runner-up is hot. Yeah, I'm sure there were lots of hot ones. Yogi Bear, it's a bloke. What did you? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to put that on there. Dickie Bay, I've had worse. Terry Jones, Sky News is saying singer and actress Jane Birkin has died aged 76. Not sure who that is. She made the most sexiest song ever with a very, very talented guy called Serge Gainsbourg. And he was an ugly bastard, but the two of them, it came out in 1969. Oh, you wonder, absolutely brilliant song and sexy, and you can, really, really sexy stuff. I believe it was banned from the BBC in 1969, and even now it would probably be a bit too hot for some people. But I don't know whether Jane Birkin was really, really talented. She was English, but Serge Gainsbourg, you know, an association with him is well worth checking out. I seem to recall, I think I recall, didn't she do a film where she was naked with Bridget Bardot? I think she did. Bridget Bardot was getting on a bit. I think her and Jane Bear. I did see that somewhere. This is, I think I've seen it on YouTube in the days when you could get stuff like that on you, or it might have been on, what was that, Daily Motion, whatever it was. But I'm sure there's a scene where Bridget Bardot and Jane Birkin were naked in this scene, like this bedroom scene. Well worth checking. I'll have to try and look for that one again. Can someone tell me what that movie was, please? Martin Ryder weatherboard in Europe in summer. I can imagine there's all these, but with every reports, I mean, they're all suffering. You know, they're all supposedly suffering all the hot weather, and yet I'm sure there's people sitting there in the shade in Greece, looking at you know the weather in Britain and saying, "No, no, 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 we've got summer and you haven't, you sad bastards." Oh God Almighty. David David Philpott. Ask a bit of that. There were no Haroids yet. That was Jane Fonda. Yeah. David Coleman. Oh my God, woman with penises is the crazy left that is doing this to the world. No, that's not exactly accurate. Women do not have penises. They don't have penises. A woman does not have a penis. Is that unwoke of me? It's probably bloody I better be careful saying that. All right, they do. Okay, they do. They may have penises. Women may have penises. It's woke. It's politically correct to say that women may have penises. Yeah, you know, I'm whatever. Some people will shag a frog if it stops up, and absolutely. Teddy Jones, cheers, David. Okay. Uh, I do believe in fairies. I've heard when you gave up alcohol, you get more sugar craving. I am eating a little bit more ice cream anyway. Nick Ross, Jane Birkin dead at 76. I don't know, 76 ain't a bad age. Let's see, David Coleman, yes, but remember, there's a Ty Bisman that thinks he's woman that runs Miss Universe. Okay. Andrew Hammond, it's got to the stage that if you discredit trans people in the woke community, you will have your bank account terminated and your life completely cancelled. Britain has gone bonkers. The world's gone bloody bonkers. The world's gone bonkers. Wales gone bloody bonkers. Nick Ross, the dirty secret behind your electric vehicles exposed. How the tires produce 20% more pollution than their gas equivalents as experts slam big monster EVs. Okay. Barry for me standards. Just been to Tuscany for a wedding and about to fly home back to miserable England. Oh, that's okay. Tuscany sounds nice. I've got an Italian friend who's going there to visit Italy, and you know, I wouldn't mind that. I'm sure Italy's a lovely place. I've been there many years ago. Sean Wild, come on, Ed. Everyone that's been to town has got a Ladyboy secret. I've never been with one. I've never been with it. A Ladyboy's a bloke. It's a bloke. It's a bloke. It's got a will. But what I will say with Ladyboys is that when you see guys who go with Ladyboys, you know, I mean, what kind of guys go with Ladyboys? I used to think it was the sort of little campy, you know, effeminate type of guys. It's not. I mean, I've seen blokes, big muscular rugby player. Yeah, it look like big rugby player chaps who go with Ladyboys. It's not the guys who you'd expect, not at all. Mark Oleg, Don Juan, or if Don Juan were a woman. Nice to hear from you, Mark. Are you talking about? Sorry, I've got this. I think this bloody hay fever. Mark, are you Don Juan, or if Don Juan were a woman? Are you talking about the film with Bridget Bardot and Jane Birkin where they were naked in that room. Yeah, I think you're right there. I think you're right. Nice to hear from you, Mark. Nice to hear from you. Hope all's well, mate. Nick Ross, hermaphrodites do have both sets of sexual equipment. One birth in 100K are born like one in 100,000. That many. That sounds like quite a lot, that doesn't it? Yogi Bear, Ed, the film is Don Juan from 1973. Oh, I'm going to check. I have seen it a few years ago. I've seen an excerpt from it on YouTube or something. I don't know if it was YouTube or something, but I mean, I think one of them was showing a fanny, Johnny was naked. And but I wouldn't mind seeing that again. I'll have to check that one out. In celebration of Jane Birkin, she was known as a very, very naughty girl, very, very, progressive. But I'll have to check that one out again. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. Brian Street, what a cock and ball story. Okay, nicely put, mate. Nicely put. Dickie B. Dickie B, you'll have to woke Matthew. Let's go back in a moment. Oh, God, bloody hay fever. Dickie B says you'll have the woke mafia searching for you and cancelling you. I know it's bloody ridiculous. I mean, you can't speak your mind anymore, even when there's something as absurd as this. In case you've just tuned in, we are celebrating this gorgeous winner of the Miss Universe contest, and who cares what sex? I mean, who cares what sex she is? Who cares? I mean, these are progressive times, aren't they? Okay, so anyway, so basically, this is what it is. This is what it is. Okay, a little bit of background to this one. Ricky Valerie Coley has made history as the first transgender woman to win Miss Netherlands. It's the first time in the Dutch pageant's 94-year-old history that a trans woman has been crowned winner. It means that 22, my ass. It means the 22-year-old will be the second openly trans competitor to take part in Miss Universe in December this year. She's going to be, take part in Miss Universe. So she's Miss Netherlands. She's going to be, she's going to be taking part in Miss Universe. She's been speaking to BBC Newsbeat about beauty, backlash, and breaking boundaries. From the moment her name was called as the winner, Ricky says she simply couldn't believe it. She simply couldn't believe it. Yeah, this is Ricky. Let me do this right. This is Ricky. I was in full disbelief the moment they called my name. It was like, oh my God, is this really happening? She says, you're living through a really intense but also energizing period, and you just want to finish the great final with other contestants. I just enjoyed every single moment of it. Really, really. Yeah, and then she goes on to say, I want to thank all the haters. Well, I bloody hate it as well. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If there's anyone going to pull me up for being politically correct, it's all a joke. Take a joke. I don't really mean it. I mean, I happen to think that this winner of Miss Netherlands is sensational. Is sensational. If I was casting the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I would certainly consider including her. Okay, absolutely amazing. There's another picture of it in case you didn't get it. Absolutely wonderful. There you go. That one. There you go. Absolutely wonderful. Sensational. Isn't she beautiful? Okay. Okay. Where are we now? Where are we? Okay, where are we now? Where are we? Yeah, let's see. Okay. Yeah, well, let's see. Barry from East End. Honestly, Tuscany is the nicest looking place I've ever been to. Perfect weather too. Well, it's good enough for George Clooney. It's good enough for me. Nick Ross, have you ever heard of the old Bugger Street in Singapore of the 1970s? Not really, not really, not really. Mark Oleg, yes, the movie. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. See, that's what I want to see. I like. I seen this a few years ago, maybe it was about 10 years ago. I was looking, searching something, and that one came up, and it was the scene with Bridget Bardot and Jane Birkin naked in a line on, in a bedroom scene. I want to see that again. I want to see the whole movie. I'm going to try and check that one out. Josh Benedetti. Hey, Eddie, remember that ladyboy that followed you that time? How can I ever bloody forget him? Darling, it's okay. I thought it was bastard was going to follow me. Follow me into the hotel. Follow me. You're bloody told to piss off. Actually follow me into the hotel. Just Siam Reap. I was on a website the other day. We were discussing Siam Reap, and I said there's nothing to not like about Siam Reap, except for that bit being followed by a bloody ladyboy. Yeah, Nick Ross says sailors of every nationality used to go to Bugger Street. It's a place to get. Oh my God, what Bugger Street is that appropriately named? Is it? Ty Billy Boy, nice to hear from you. What's this? Rent Boy, Big Daddy live on a Sunday. You're spoiling. Okay, Rent Boy's in the house if anyone's interested. Let's see. David Coleman, if a man goes to the lady, it doesn't matter how big he is still okay. That's your opinion. Okay, fair enough. Paul Hoskin, one thing I've learned is you don't turn down a hole, unless you're fussy. I'm fussy, mate. I'm fussy. Jim Collins, the world has gone mad. Understatement of the day. Nick Ross, don't forget the trans bond girl. It was that. It was that. It was the trans bond girl. I don't remember that one. Let's see. Martin Ryder, every hole is a goal at Paul Hoskin. Yeah, Clive is here, McLaren. Not bad, mate. Leg still, man. A plastic sit. Oh, so he's had a bad, but Clive's had a bad leg as well. Yeah, Desert Coyote, stunning and brave, stunning and brave. Okay, fair enough. Is that your verdict of the Rocky Horror lady who won the contest? Remboy, do you like role playing, Ed? You could be Philip Schofield and take me out for dinner, or better still, send me pictures with your pants down, like you would. Really, I'm sorry, mate, but you are not my cup of tea. You are not my cup of tea. Keep trying. There might be someone out there, who's got a spare bloody 50 quid for you, whatever they pay for you. Martin Ryder, woke for Fanny, bonus hole, okay? Jim Colness, yes. Harry Holt, good afternoon, Ed. How's things, matey? Hope you're well. And to the rest of the group. Okay. Nice to hear from you. Citizen Mikey, a Scottish student, got expelled from school for saying there are only two genders. The video is online. Well, in case anyone accuses me, but I will proudly say that I think there's lots of genders. There's loads of genders. There's any gender that you want, any gender that you bloody crazy. Yogi Bear, Ed and Tyler, many ladyboys are the top models on the billboards. So the thing about ladyboys, honestly, when I've seen ladyboys, and some of them look absolutely stunning, you can spot a ladyboy easily because they dress so over the top. They dress in evening dress. A real girl, a real one, can wear jeans and t-shirt and still look like a girl. She doesn't need to dress over the top. You know, they're so obvious. And I think some of them are funny, you know, some of them are funny. I mean, you know, I was looking for a hotel on Sober Cow once. I couldn't locate where it was, and the ladyboy who worked in Weatherspoons came out and helped me. You know, and I thought that was really, really nice. It was very, very helpful at a time when I was frustrated. So you may think, you know, when you see them in you know working in restaurants, or whatever, some of them are probably really, really decent people. But I wouldn't want to shag one. Definitely not for me. Let's see. Thoughts on the new cheeseburger at Burger King in Thailand? I haven't got any thoughts on that one just yet. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my God, the bloody hay fever is awful. It's awful. Sorry about this. Let's see. Paul asking, you don't go to brush your hair, do you? Okay. Andrew Hammond. Actually, you should go to some of your private detective videos you used to do. You're very good. Okay, thank you. I think I know which one you mean. Cheers. Thanks for that. McLaren, I had been putting off sorting some stuff out this weekend. So what better than Sunday afternoon? Nice to hear from you, Clive. Nice to hear from you. Hope all is well. Sean Harris, you can always tuck the crown jewels between your legs. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, but it's disgusting. If a ladyboy, if they go the whole way and have the up, you know, have it sawn off, then you know obviously they're committed to their own cause, and you know good luck to them. It's you know it's a big move, and you know if I you know if a you know a ladybug can convince you that you know they haven't got a meat and two veg, and oh I don't know I don't know, not for me, definitely not for me. Let's see, McLaren. Mark right, she's barely cold dead. Okay, Pataya Steve. Oh yeah, we've spoken a few times, but I've given up the booze for the same reason as you. I did it wrong. I just stopped and ended up in hospital for a week, 2.5 months now. But Miss Battaya. Oh well, well, sorry to where you ended up in hospital, but you've given up the booze anyway. Well, good for you anyway. Mate. Good for you. Good for you. Nice to hear from you. Sean Alice, straight hairbrush or curly brush. Okay. Delay Dave. Afternoon, Eddie, a very cool Lincoln Cathedral. It's Lincoln Jazz Festival, and I've been on a bender for 3 days. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing a jazz festival. I think I'd enjoy that. Well, good for you anyway, mate. Good for you. Sean Harris. Ed, have you ever experienced a blonde bush? Of course I have. Of course I have. I was a young man about town once. Martin Ryder. How about this one? Sounds fun. Stephen O'Connor, nice to hear from you, Steve. Steve is in Phnom Penh. We're talking about talking about all kind of. We're talking about beauty queens right now. In case you haven't got it, look at this beauty here. She won the Miss Netherlands competition. God Almighty, nice to hear from you, Steve. I hope all's well in Phnom Penh anyway. In Europe, you know, it's blazing hot sun. In Britain, we've got we're piddling down rain. Yogi Bear, Ed, all the boys, all the lady boys I met in Thailand and Philippines have all been really nice people, and I've never had any problems. I've never had any problems with them. I've never met it. I think if the lady boys will know straight away that you know you're not interested, and if you're not really interested, they're not going to waste their time with you. What I mean, you get ladyboys who are not you know looking for blokes. A lot of them may be working in restaurants or bars, and And they may even be working in banks or whatever. A lot of them are doing an ordinary everyday job, and they're quite polite, and they're not a problem, and they're okay. I've never had a problem with them. What I do object to, and I have heard this in part of Pattaya, is when you get ladyboys hanging around shouting some rather vulgar things at people. I've heard ladyboys at 3 o'clock in the morning, cyber cow, as you walk past, they're shouting some kind of obscene sexual things to you and all of that. And I don't like that. That's a bit. I wouldn't shout those kind of things at a girl, and I don't want a bloke shouting them at me either. Yeah, David Coleman. Eddie's going to start doing OnlyFans. If anyone would want to bloody see my decrepit body and give me some money for it, I wouldn't say no. Esan man, nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you. Andrew Hammond. I've got a photo of myself with a very glamorous Miss Pattaya winner outside Billabong Bar in 2018. It turned out to be a ladyboy. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's all good. It's all good fun. All good fun. David Coleman. So why are you still making excuses for Labour? They're still men with the. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm not making excuses for them. So anyway, Martin, enough of this ladyboy talk. I'll be back in a secondo. Be back in a minute. Toby Price. The ladyboys working on the street need to be watched as they are good at the old pickpocketing. Most of the sound, okay. David, yeah, absolutely. I seen a video yesterday. Kind of glad I don't watch that many, Thai videos. Not of recent times, anyway. Let's see. What was I saying? Yeah. Seeing a video, this guy, this young English guy is going on. He's tormenting lady boys, and then he's told to put the camera away and everything. I mean, isn't I'm watching this, about this drunken guy pointing the camera in people's face, and I'm just thinking to myself, I don't want to be doing shit like that. I might have done a tiny little bit of that in the past, but I don't want to be doing shit like that anymore. I really, really don't. David Coleman says cutting off your parts is a big move. Absolutely. Yogi Bear likes the guitar playing in this clip. Okay. Rudolph Jacobs, nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you. Okay, nice to hear from. So anyway, gonna have another little question. It's Sunday afternoon. We've been on for 51 minutes now. I know Wimbledon, the men's final. I'm sorry about this. Really, really sorry about this. This sounds really bloody. But whenever I'm here, I've got this terrible hay fever, and my nose just keeps itching, and it's bloody annoying. It is. So anyway, so yes. Basically, what it is. I mean, in the last week, the perverts, this newsreader, Hugh Edwards, and apparently he's one of the most respectable newsreaders. He's the prime newsreader on BBC. Some said that he's the face of the BBC. Now, we can't say too much because I don't think it's been confirmed yet that he's actually guilty of anything. But basically, the scummy newspaper, is saying it's terrible that he's paying a lot of money for pics of the dirty pics of a 17. I still haven't figured out whether it's a boy or a girl who he's supposed to be paying for pictures of. But it's worth bearing in mind. Did you ever watch, look at page 3 of The Sun? The Sun got its name in the 70s by showing a pair of tits on page 3. And that's why people bought it. People, that's the reason that people bought it. It's like the pot calling the kettle black because they're saying he's bad for encouraging pictures of this 17-year-old. Bear something in mind when people like Sam Fox, topless models like Sam Fox, even Linda Lusardi, they were about that age. They were about that age when they were getting the titties out, and we all looked at it. We didn't think there was anything wrong. It would be wrong now. That would be considered too young now. But if you go back to the 70s and 80s, when you're seeing pictures of Sam Fox with her titties out and Linda Lusardi in the 1970s, she was only 17. I think Sam Fox was only 16. So the Sun, I mean, they're as guilty as typical bloody hypocrites. Let's see. Yeah, Martin Ryder, 17-year-old is still a child. I agree with you. I think 17 is still a child. But did we think that way many, many years ago when we were looking at Sam Fox's tits? I mean, did we think that way then? Because apparently she was only 16, as far as I know, when she started posing topless. There were a lot of those page 3 girls who posed topless at 16 and 17 many years ago. Now that will be considered too young, which is quite rightly so. But like you say, we still looked at those titties, didn't we? David Coleman, is that what you think of me? Is that what you think of me? Yeah, but Brian Street, should what you do in your private life affect the job you do? That's a good question. Well, it is if it's illegal. If it's illegal, I mean, someone like a newsreader. I mean, a newsreader is the face. He's telling people what's happening in the world, and people want him to be a trustworthy character, someone that they can trust and be honest and have integrity. And if he's really being paying shed loads of money for dirty pictures. And I still don't know whether it's a boy or a girl who he's supposed to be paying this money to. Then there's something really not right about that, isn't there? Oh, I'm so sorry about this. My nose is awful. Ginger Joe, 1972. Eddie, the law changed in 2003, and you could not publish photos of topless 16 and 17-year-olds after that. If the Sun did it now, they would be breaking the law. Okay, well, that's good to it because I think 16 and 17 is too young. But the fact is, I mean, the fact is, well, when I started looking at pictures of Linda Lusardi, I was a lot younger, but I seem to recall she was only 17 at the time. And I think Sam Fox was 16. And don't forget, as I understand it, Jenny Agutter, she was in this children's movie called The Railway Children. And then about a year later, she appeared in this movie called Walkabout, where she was full frontal. And people thought, well, she's grown up, hasn't she? Hasn't she? As far as I understand, that movie Walk was actually made before the Railway Children, but she was only about 16 then. You know, it's terrible when you think of it, but you know, that's they did things differently back then. David Coleman, that guy should go to jail. He hasn't. It hasn't been proved that he's committed any offence. I don't think anything's really been proved just yet. And don't forget, these people who are accusing, they could be lying. Nothing's been proved just yet. Yogi Bear, the law protecting kids came out in 1998, which put the age to 18. Well, that's good. That's why it all stopped. The Sun, the star of the sport, lost thousands of readers. Okay. Excuse me. This is a big bloody embarrassment. This is. I don't know what it is. My nose just keeps itching when I'm in this particular location. It's got to be hay fever. Yeah, let's see. Okay, yeah, lost thousands of readers. Okay. Donald Trump, nice to hear from you, Donald Trump. Yeah, no, Donald Trump's he's got a few skeletons in the closet as well. Oh, it's funny old world. It's nice to hear from you, mate. Andrew Johnson, hello Eddie, hope you're well. Been to my new visa, health insurance, and get my car fixed. Bloody motorbikes. Okay, and Andrew is in Pattaya. He lives in Pattaya. He's retired out there. He lives in John TN, and he has a great life out there. So good for you, mate. Anyway, hopefully you can come on the show one of these days, and we can have a talk. Tell us all about it. Nice to hear from you, Andrew. Anyway. Yeah, Martin Ryder, he broke lockdown to meet this child while we were all stuck at home. We are paying his wages. He is a public figure and should be the role model. Yeah. He should role model. He should definitely be a role model. Absolutely, definitely. It seems strange. I mean, who can you trust in this world? I mean, who can you trust? I mean, the guy is in a very trustworthy position. He's the chief news reader. He's telling us all about what's happening in the world. We should, a guy like that has got to have integrity and decency and dignity and all that. And then we find this out about him. Absolutely, I know exactly what you mean, mate. Eastern man, a girl getting her titties out for page 3 when she was a glamour model was a lot different to what goes on in private chat rooms online. Okay. Wolves View, bring back a show as good or even better and naughtier and naughty and sexier than the Benny Hill show. Okay. Toby Price, no one can be trusted anymore. Look at our ex-leader, Boris. Could not trust a word he said. Was he a good role model? Was he shite? David Coleman. David Coleman's in Canada, by the way, for those who don't know. David Coleman, with the girls in the Sun newspaper on the underage, they weren't underage then because apparently it was, as it's been explained, it was legal then to show a topless model who was 16 or 17. Apparently, it would be under the underage now. So, but the Sun is a scummy newspaper, and they're all bloody hypocrites anyway. So, the thing, well, I think we talked enough about bloody perverts and all of that. There's loads of perverts. Okay, so anyway, we've been on for an hour now. I know the tennis is on. It might have started soon. There's still 80 people in the chat. I've got this awful. A big apologies if you're seeing me with this little tea towel here. Rubbing it, but it's a bloody awful. It must be hay fever. It must be hay fever amongst all my other physical problems. And it is something for you. Yeah, Bilbao, Kelso. Have you been in the White? No, I haven't. I've just been, itching like mad. My nose is. I don't do nothing like that. Absolutely. Yeah, Yogi Bear. Ed, all I can see is a coward that is hiding behind his mental health. Was he depressed when he was looking for young children? Now, there's no evidence he was looking for young children. There's no evidence of that. He's only depressed because he's been caught with his pants down. Yeah, that's it. The mental health card is becoming more and more common now. It is. When they're caught with the pants down, they play the mental health card. It's getting ridiculous. Getting ridiculous. Martin Ryder, remember on the buses when 50-something-year-old men were chasing young girls? Times change. Yeah, dirty bastards. Sean Harris, Olivia Hussey tried to sue when she appeared nude in the 1968 movie Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, there was there was Jenny Agutter was very, very young, and there was probably a few others who were very, very young, and it wouldn't be allowed nowadays. It wouldn't be allowed, Let's see. Yeah, but the mental health card is bloody bad enough. I'll tell you, this is. I'm all over the place here. Oh, oh, God Almighty! I'm all over the place here. Oh, bloody apologies. This is hay fever. This is hay fever. Yeah, what I've been watching on the news this week. Bearing in mind, I've been stuck indoors because I haven't been feeling very well. I've had problems with my leg. I haven't been able to go anywhere. But I've been watching the news early on in the day, and when it comes to things like the Kevin Spacey, this is all about sex perverts. This year, it's all about sex perverts. But it always seems to be in the news. Kevin Spacey, that court case is still going on, so we can't really comment about it. But Kevin Spacey is gay, and he's accused of doing things that he shouldn't do. Sexually assaulting other men. Actors who were on the way up. But I've been watching the news, and I've been watching the news. And what really I found really alarming, I'm watching the news maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're talking about Kevin Spacey grabbing men's crotches. And this is coming over loud and clear. They're talking about, rape. There was a footballer who's been cleared of rape. They're using words like rape, and they're talking about Kevin Spacey grabbing men's crotches. Oh my, this is sick. And then after they're talking like that, the newsreader then says, warning that this report may contain flashing images. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is absolutely absurd. This is absolutely absurd. I mean, should the news be using phrases like this? Bearing in mind, I mean, there's probably kids watching at that time of day. And they probably say, well, grabbing men's crotches. Now this is coming over loud and clear in these. I just think it's crazy. The whole world's full of bloody perverts. Let me see. I'm sorry about this. This is awful. I'm sorry about this. Is awful. This hay fever or whatever it is. There's something bloody wrong. S Travels 4K. Nice to hear from you, mate. Hello, Eddie. Afternoon. Hope all is well. Back in Spain now. Can't be doing with the UK weather. He has a good life, this chappie. I'm going to be watching his reports from the south of France. The south of France, okay? I'm going to be S4K Travels does great walkabout videos. So I'm going to be looking at his videos coming soon in the south of France. Nice to hear from you, mate. Anyway, nice to hear from you. David Coleman, I'm 65. I would never go with a woman under 40. Good for you, mate. Good for you. And if you go to Thailand, there's some lovely 40-year-old women there. Martin Ryder, Jenny Agutter was 16 when she went full throttle in walkabout. But are you sure that was 90? It was, the film was listed as 1971, but I've read some of that it was actually made a couple of years earlier than that. But they shelved it because there was controversy because they might have thought then that or something. But yeah, and it was a wonderful scene. It was a wonderful, glorious scene. You know. but it was a bit young there. Yeah, Martin Ryder, Nairobi handshake. The freelancers grab your nuts in the nightclub. Oh, I wouldn't like that. Sure, as they say, the best age for the bloke girl difference is half age plus 7 years. Half age plus 7 years. Okay, so that'll be about 37 in my case. It sounds like a good age. It sounds like a bloody good age. A 37-year-old woman. That sounds about right. Nick Ross. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. I'm not going to put that on the screen, but I know what you mean. Harry Holt, get some nasal spray out. I use Beckles better because it's brilliant, mate. It's brilliant. I need something for me foot. I need something for me nose. I'm destroyed. I'm knackered. I'm ready for the bloody knackers yard. Yeah, McLaren. Maybe those pervos that are like young men need some patile ladyboy therapy. That'll sort them out. Do you know some amongst all of these all these pairs, you know, the newsreaders and all TV celebrities and all the other shite that we're hearing about these days? I just think that it makes us guys who go out to Thailand and seem amazingly normal. I mean, to go out on the lash in Thailand and and have a few bar girls and dirty massages, it just seems amazingly amazingly ordinary. Martin Ryder, best hay fever cure, hot whiskey. Okay, I don't drink anymore. David Coleman, Asian women do look so good for their age. Oh, damn right they do. Harry Holt, honestly, mate, I suffer with hay fever and it stops it in its tracks. Okay, it stops in its tracks. What stops it? What stops in its tracks? What is it? What is it? Whiskey? Nasal spray. Nasal spray you're talking about there. Yeah, nasal spray you're talking about. Okay, okay. Let me just drink a little teensy weensy bit of this. Toby Price, not into young ladies. What would you talk about? My time missus is 41 and I'm 50. Good age difference. That sounds good. So good for you, mate. Good for you. Martin Ryder, it's not drink, it's medicine. It's medicine. Some of those Thai women do age well. I mean, I've been with a Thai bit, and maybe good looking girl. She might be 26. She might be 26, and then she said she's 36. They do age well. They really, really do. Sean Harris, do you rate Harry Hill as a comedian? Do you rate Harry Hill as a comedian? I don't know. Harry Hill, the surrealist comedian. Harry Hill. Right. Do I rate Harry Hill as a comedian? My answer to that is fish. That's the answer. Okay. Eastern Man, Me Too movement. Yeah, but only after they got the parts, career and made loads of money. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, a lot of those women, I mean, yeah, they complain they were, yeah, absolutely. What he said there, yeah, I'd go along with some of that. McLaren, I'm 48 and the Filipino I've seen is 37. That's a good age, nice age. Ginger Joe, not talking about the war. We don't mention the war on here. David Coleman told me that is a very good age for you. Okay. Sean Harris, good answer. Okay. Cheers. Surrealist. It's okay being a surrealist comedian as long as you're funny. And I don't really think he was. Monty Python, they were the kings of the surreal and funny. There's some of the Monty Python scenes I can watch now, all these years later, and I still fall about with laughter. Absolutely fall about with laughter. Anyway, listen, guys, I'm gonna have to I'm going to have to finish this one, maybe because the tennis is on. And anyway, we've had a little bit of a chat. All the talk is all about pervs on this. In the news this week, it's all about bloody pervs, and we haven't even mentioned the white powdery stuff that they allegedly found in the White House. Maybe we'll have a little talk about that. Listen, Ginger Joe, yeah, Ginger Joe says, Eddie, how do you think has been the funniest female comedian? Victoria Wood. Oh, I didn't think she was funny. Oh, I didn't like her. She was probably popular with women, but no. Joan Rivers was funny. And another, Joan Rivers was funny. And naturally, my favourite comedy actors of all time is Madeline Kahn in the Mel Brooks movie. She was wonderful. But Victoria Wood, oh no, definitely not for me. Definitely not for me. Listen, guys, I got to finish now. This what I've got problems, with hay fever. I'm scratching my nose. It must look really, really unsightly. I'm going to be back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I'm going to watch the Wimbledon final this afternoon. Anyway, it's probably already started. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in today. David Coleman says, the woman I'm seeing now is 52 and I'm 65. That sounds like a bloody good, healthy age gap. Good for you, David. Have lots of fun. Nice to hear from you. Listen, guys, I'm going to finish now. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll be back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Hopefully, I'll get this bloody problem, hay fever or whatever it is, sorted out. We've had a little bit of a chat and a laugh and all this kind of stuff. And I'll leave you. I'll leave you with one final look. Final look. Does this bring a tear to your eye? There you go. Wonderful. Miss Netherlands, Miss Netherlands. Have you ever so much wanted to wake up with a beauty queen? Okay, there you go. That's Miss Netherlands. Listen. Harry Holt says, "Get the spread." That should clear you up. Yours travels. Nice to hear from you. You haven't missed much, mate. Nice to hear from you, yours. Anyway, I'm having problems. I'm scratching my bloody nose. It's awful. Listen, I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock, guys. 9 o'clock UK time. Have a lovely Sunday and a lovely Sunday, a nice Sunday dinner or whatever you're doing. And I'll see you then. Cheers.